So, hi. Um, if you're viewing this, this might have been blessed by the algorithm, or it might have been, uh, it might just appear on your front page or whatnot, or you're subscribed to my channel, and for some reason, for some ungodly reason, you have notifications on and whatnot. Which, oh god, I have these Bluetooth, not microphones. No, what the fuck am I saying? These Bluetooth headphones that my dad gave me a while ago, and I've been using them for my computer, and they've been working pretty well. But I forgot to charge them last night, so yeah. But I think that every artist, no matter what you make, if it's photography, if it's music, if it's videos or whatnot, no matter what it is, you're gonna go through a period of time in your life where you hate the art you create, or you hate something that you created at one point. There's a very rare few people who I think they can say with confidence that they liked everything they've created, but for me at least, I have a lot of things that I hate, and I think a perfect place to begin would be this channel. I mean, originally I just uploaded random game clips and whatnot, gameplay sessions, memes that I found funny, and I think 2023 or 2024, I think somewhere 1 or 2 years ago, I started to try and take content creation seriously and make a video that I thought I would enjoy watching as much as it felt to create. And that would be the Centara video, which, if you don't know Centara, it's a Roblox game or whatever. And I wanted that to be kind of the core of my channel. These kind of bite-sized video essays that you watch once and you completely forget about, or you come back to again and you pick apart or whatever. Yeah. I made that when I was 15. Actually, no, 16. Hold on. I made that a while ago. That's the core of it. And I was looking back around the turn of the new year, so I think February. Oh, that's not good. Not February. I would say November of last year, of 2025. And I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all. I actually hated watching it. For a multitude of reasons. But I think the core of it is that it didn't capture what I wanted it to capture. It wasn't good. It was actually bad. It was terrible, and I hated it, and I didn't want to watch it. And just like I'm doing right now in March, I decided to purge my channel of both of those videos, not only both of those videos, but all publicly available videos, because I didn't like them. And, well, I didn't delete them outright. They are unlisted, and if you have the link to them, like most people, most of my friends who are subscribed and I've shown them videos and whatnot, they're they're available for you. They're not going anywhere. They're not going on a playlist. Those are strictly going to be kept in the vault where they belong. And I think it was that kind of prompted me to take a step back and look at a lot of my art and try and view it through a lens that I guess kind of is more critical than even I'm more comfortable to admit. So it wasn't even comparing myself to people who do it better, to people who make better content. It's more so me just kind of realizing that I didn't like the creation process. I didn't like making it. I didn't like watching it, and I think it was the looking back on the creative process and thinking to myself and thinking back on that and remembering just how much I didn't like it and how much I didn't like making it, that made me realize that I might be lazy, but also I don't want to deliver a product that is half-baked talking about something that I really enjoy. Or talking in general. I don't want to fuck that up. Which brings me to my next subject, which is a kind of obscure project that not many people know about. It's my noise project. Well, formerly noise. Now I'm thinking of experimenting a little with it. I'm not dropping the name because I'm kind of embarrassed about it, but actually no, I think I can just drop the name. Fuck it. Halfway House. If you know what a halfway house is, I chose the name because I was Maricopa County election. What the fuck? Wait, hold on. Fuck you, OBS. So Halfway House. It was a noise project that I started right around, I think it was my birthday actually, my 17th. I started it when I first started discovering power electronics, which is a whole discussion in and of itself, a whole nother topic for a separate time. But the core of it is that it's experimental electronic music, and I don't think you can see it, but by my very sparsely decorated background and all the stuff is back there, but also by the fact that I haven't really uploaded any music since then, nor have I really started working on any up until recently. I don't have a synthesizer. I don't have anything that I can use to make noise music from. I have this Behringer 502S that I used, I think, like 4 times before Halfway House, and I broke it. So, it was a laptop noise. It was essentially just me trying to push my DAW as much as I could, which was met with some very mixed reception. No reception, actually. But I went back and I re-listened to it, and it was there. The feeling of the project, what I wanted to convey, was there, but it didn't strike the same chord that I wanted it to. And I don't know, viewing it now as somebody who's since matured since then, someone who's grown a little, I've come to realize that it just sucked to do. I wasn't having fun doing it. It didn't interest me enough to hold my attention, nor did it feel as cathartic as I wanted it to be, because the whole original thought process behind Halfway House was catharsis, was trying to expel these feelings about me, because when I created it, I was very in over my head. There's a lot of things that I was thinking about. I was very much still isolating, and not like I still isolate myself, but I was still very much wrought with anxiety and guilt and I guess also shame from a personal thing that happened to me. But I created it, I uploaded some things to Bandcamp, and I just felt the same afterwards. There was no catharsis, there was no emotional release. It didn't feel like what listening to noise music makes me feel, which kind of prompted me to also delete some of those. I deleted my first album on there, and my second one I'm a bit more happy with, but that's also because I didn't. That's also because that one was the biggest pain in the ass to make, and it also sounds the best. It quote sounds the best to me. Which also prompts me to say, Halfway House will get new music sometime soon. I've been working on 2 separate projects, along with kind of learning what I really want to do, but I think I'll save that for the last. But the third thing that I want to talk about is, well, not really the third thing, more so just a lot of past regrets that I have when it comes to video creation and just art in general is I used to have a old YouTube channel back during quarantine when I was first starting, and I think I started it in I think over the summer break of 2021. That continued into I think the start of school before I completely bricked my, or actually no, that's a funny story. I stopped uploading because I lost the account, but also because I splashed Gatorade on my computer and I spilled it all over it. Not this one, this previous one that I owned. I spilled Gatorade all over it, and I completely fucked it up, and it wouldn't work anymore. I remember my mom got super mad at me because I was using that for school. But in all reality, I was using it to game and to play Roblox. The last video I uploaded was an Apocalypse Rising 2 video in 2021 before I lost it completely. So yeah. My voice, well, obviously I was a prepubescent adolescent at the time. I recorded it using, I wasn't using OBS, I was using fucking Xbox Game Bar, and I didn't know what I was doing. And looking back on it, you know, it obviously has an amateurish quality. You know, you can hear the I think I was playing on my speakers because I didn't have headphones. The microphone quality was terrible, and my commentary was completely useless because it was just, I think, 11, 12-year-old me babbling on about fucking whatever I was on about at that age. I don't even remember half of what happened at that age, but it was bad, but I also don't necessarily hate it. I think it was a first stepping stone when it comes to stuff like that. Also, I'm sorry if you can hear my background. I'm watching a Rubik's Raptor stream, but I can't hate it too much. That's the core of it. I can't really hate that art too much because it's, you know, amateurish, and it sucks. And the whole reason why it sucks is because I didn't know what I was doing. But now, you know, now that I somewhat know what I'm doing, now that I have a somewhat, somewhat, whatever the fucking, now that I have a modicum of an idea of what I should do now, it's easy to look back on it and hate it, but I can't hate on it too much because it wasn't bad because I was lazy. It was bad because I didn't know what I was doing. It was bad because I was, you know, 11, 12 years old, and I just sucked at making videos back then, and I think I still do now, but this is very intentionally amateurish. It's intentionally amateurish. It's supposed to suck. My camera quality is supposed to be bad for completely intentional reasons. Also because I don't have access to a good camera. I think I have a Canon Rebel T2i that I don't even know if I can hook up to my computer. So, yeah. beyond that, there was also a podcast that me and my friends created around this. I wouldn't say around the same time. It was more so, I think 2021. I don't even remember. But if they're watching this, if you know, you know. If you don't go searching for it. I think I've changed my username about 40 times after that. Even then, it sucks. It's terrible. We sucked. We weren't at all charismatic enough or charming enough for a podcast, and the idea we just didn't plan it out thoroughly enough. And again, it's easy to hate on it because it's cringy and it's amateurish, and I think around that time I was also saying like poggers all the time and whatnot, and was dropping terrible slang, which fucking, yeah, but it's dated, but it's also, you also can't blame anyone who participated too much because it's dated, because we were stupid, which kind of segues into the next topic of conversation, which is reflection, I guess. I don't hate every piece of art that I've made, as proven by the last two, but I also want to be happy with the creative process. Everyone nowadays, even my parents, are trying to turn this art, this creation process into a job, into something marketable, something you can do. I've been told I should become a wedding photographer because it's profitable, and I've made jokes about becoming a gigging musician or a session musician, but these are hobbies. Video creation is a hobby. I don't want to do this for money. Photography is a hobby. I think it's actually putting me in a deficit because I've spent a lot on film already, and I don't even go out and develop my photos professionally and on my portfolio or my Instagram account. We use a shitty little box scanner that I think my photo teacher got from Amazon. Shout out, by the way. Love you. We use a shitty little photo scanner and whatnot, and all of them are like overexposed and underexposed, and all of them just suck, but they're my kind of suck, and it sucks because it's made to suck. It's not that I don't know what I'm doing. I've taken 2.5 years. Most of my high school, I've taken endless classes on photos, and I know how to work my camera and whatnot. It's just that I don't like that look. I don't like a uniform look. I want to mess around with my settings, and I want to fuck it up, and I want to make it look bad. And I get a lot of shit from that, from people who know what they're doing, because, people who take it seriously. I catch a lot of shit from them because I don't do it right. Which, I don't know, I just like breaking the rules. But the core of it is that I want to do my own thing. And I want to make something that I'm not going to look back and be completely ashamed of. And who knows, maybe I'm going to be biting my own words. And a year down the line, 2 years down the line, 10 years down the line, when I'm looking back and I find this, or I'm looking back and I look at my old photos and I think, wow, this sucks, I hate it. And I look back at my old guitars and whatnot. But I feel like that's a rite of passage for any artist. You're going to hate something that you created because you weren't genuine enough with it, or because you might just not like it at all. You might not jive with what you've created anymore. But you can't really put too much blame on yourself for creating something bad. I feel like I feel like with the rise of AI, with the scary thought of AI replacing these very important jobs in our world of artists and musicians and people who create art for a living, I feel like we need more people to come out and create bad art. It's something that's dying. It's something that I've noticed that people want to, me included, I'm guilty of this. People want to try and do it right the first time, but you're not gonna do it right the first time. Nobody does it right the first time. That's why I like digging up old band demos and whatnot, because you listen to them, you listen to their music, and it's so wildly different from what they have today. And it's like, if you dedicate yourself enough to this art form, if you dedicate enough of your time to this, you'll create something good. Something good will happen. But I think that's the closing message of this video, is that you can't really do anything right the first time. Yeah. Roll credits.